because of dispersion. Do you know why light gets dispersed when it passes through a transparent medium like prism? Let's find out. When white light is incident on the first surface of a prism and enters the glass, the different colors get refracted, or deviated, through different angles, since they travel at different speeds in glass. Thus the dispersion, or splitting, of white light into its constituent colors, takes place at the first surface of prism. The cause of dispersion is the change in speed of light, with respect to wavelength, or frequency. On the second surface of the prism, only refraction takes place, glass to air, and different colors are deviated, with different angles. Violet is deviated most, and red the least. Dispersion through glass prism, not through glass slab. You must be thinking why dispersion occurs through prism, but not through glass slab. When light passes through glass, it encounters two interfaces, one entering, and the other leaving. It slows down at the first interface, and speeds back up at the second. If the two interface surfaces are parallel to each other, as in a slab of glass, all of the bending and dispersion that takes place at the first interfaces is exactly reversed at the second, thus undoing the effect of the first interface. So although the emerging ray of light is displaced slightly from the entering ray, it travels in the same direction as the incoming ray, and all wavelengths that separated at the first interface are recombined. If the second interface is not parallel to the first, as in a prism, the effects of the first interface are not reversed, and the colors separated at that interface continue along different paths upon leaving the glass. Colors in white light, frequency range, and wavelength. You can see in the given table, frequency range, and wavelength range of different colors. The white light emitted from a source consists of lights of different wavelengths. The light of different wavelengths produce the sensation of different colors on the retina of our eye. Hence, we perceive them as different colors. Wavelength is the characteristic of color, irrespective of its origin. That is, the light of the same color, obtained from different sources, will have the same wavelength. Dispersion of white light. If you keep a glass prism in sunlight, you will observe band of 7 colors, on a screen kept beside it. Do you know what is this effect called, and who found it? Sir Isaac Newton, while studying the image of a heavenly body formed by a lens, found that the image is colored at its edges. He thought that the colored image is due to some defect in the lens. He then repeated the experiment with a polished lens, but the image was still colored. To investigate this nature of light, he did an experiment using a glass prism. When a beam of white light is passed through a glass prism, it is split up into a band of colors called spectrum. The spectrum has 7 colors: violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, and red, Wibgir. The red light bends the least, and the violet light bends the most. From this experiment, he concluded that white light consists of a mixture of 7 different colors. This phenomenon of splitting of white light by a prism into its constituent colors is known as dispersion of light.